This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com with a daily wrestling news update. But before I get into that, you guys should go on the Hannibal TV merchandise page and get this great new Blood Hunter with Blaze t-shirt. And that is at thehannibaltv.com or in the description. Look at those hips on Blaze. Wow. Incredible. But let me get into the news. NXT did a 0.14 rating this week. WWE lost its 24-year partnership with J Sports in Japan, possibly leaving WWE without a major television partner in Japan. J Sports issued a statement today announcing the end of their partnership effective December 31st. And they had been airing Raw and SmackDown live, plus they had a 1-hour highlight version of the shows. And they were also doing the on-demand pay-per-views for WWE. So it seems like that could be a pretty big loss. Also, Jim Ross is going to be taking most of December off due to some radiation treatments for his skin cancer. He hopes to be back by December 29th. So yes, people, skin cancer is a thing. Be very careful out there tanning, and it's not worth using those tanning booths. I can tell you that. Shoot with us about what you just read on Twitter. Well, Maddie, I am not a psychic. I cannot imagine what you read on Twitter. Trevor, yeah, you could say that. Yeah, very much so. Morning from the UK. Speaking of which, yes, the Blood Hunter is heading to the UK February the 19th. Matt wants to see a Great North Wrestling show in Saskatchewan. I'm not so sure about that. For anyone who doesn't know Canadian geography, Saskatchewan's pretty far from where I am. It's like a 2.5-day drive. We will run Calgary, though, at the Stampede Pavilion, Victoria Pavilion, sooner or later, maybe in 2022, because I've never wrestled in the Victoria Pavilion, and I spent years wrestling for Stampede Wrestling, but it was after they left the pavilion, so that's on my bucket list. Donald, happy Thanksgiving to you. And yes, I work a lot on YouTube, and I appreciate everyone that supports me on here. By the way, John Paz sent me 2 new interviews, one with Jeff Jarrett and one Kevin Sullivan shooting about Sting for an hour. So, yeah. Check those out. I'm going to be posting them tonight. Donald says wrestlers have a great demeanor compared to many pro athletes. Noah, I interviewed Victoria recently. Donald is in Montana from the Bronx. Montana is not too far from Calgary. I've driven through Montana. #1 wrestling YouTube channel for sure, especially in Canada. Appreciate it. Well, I'm going to get to work on posting those shoot interviews that John Paz sent me. Donald, yeah, I interviewed Ronnie Garvin multiple times. I wouldn't say he's a friend, but we get along pretty well. One of those interviews was done at Ray Rougeau's house. He is good friends with Ray Rougeau. They hunt together. And Ray Rougeau recently became the mayor of Rouyn, Quebec. Noah, the only way Great North Wrestling would come to other provinces other than Alberta, where I have a lot of contacts, is if someone sponsored it. If people want to sponsor an event, greatnorthwrestling@gmail.com. Right now, there's going to be 4 or 5 events in Ontario in 2022, starting in the spring. Where's the cowboy hat? I was only wearing my cowboy hat because I did an interview yesterday with one of my cowboy mentors, Aaron Presley. So I wore it out of respect for him. Because for those of you that don't know, I am an actual cowboy. I was told by numerous cowboys that because I've ridden bulls numerous times and shown that I am not afraid of that and that I've embraced the cowboy lifestyle, that I can legitimately call myself a cowboy. I admit I do want to do more cowboy stuff. But yeah, I am very proud that some real cowboys told me I could call myself a cowboy. Maddie. This Maddie is a troll. Who do I think the hottest female wrestler is right now? Oh boy. Well, I've said the hottest valet is none other than my favorite valet, Blaze. But the hottest female wrestler, I don't really have one, to be honest. There's none that jump out at me as being like one that's super hotter than all the others. A lot of them are gorgeous. What do I think of CM Punk? He's making a lot of money. I can't please anyone. I actually watched AEW Dynamite last night, and I did a review of it. And I said that I liked the show overall, but I found the MJF CM Punk promo boring. But I did say I didn't mind the CM Punk match with Colt Cabana. Or no, it was Daniel Bryan against Colt Cabana. CM Punk against somebody that's I'm not remembering. But I didn't mind CM Punk's match or Daniel Bryan's match. But everyone's on at me. How could I not like the CM Punk MJF 20-minute promo? Because I am from my favorite era of wrestling was the 80s, where you would never have a 20-minute promo. And I'm just not a fan of 20-minute in-ring promos. They're boring to me. I'm sorry, but I said the show was good, so how can you call me a hater? And yeah, the funniest part was Cody Rhodes throws his belt into the crowd, and the crowd threw it back, and it looked like his heart was completely broken. Then he tried to put it back on to save face, but he didn't put it on tight enough. So when he was in the ring, it was like flopping around. It was pretty funny. Ronnie G watching Survivor Series 89 right now. Survivor Series 90 was my favorite, where The Undertaker debuted and they had the grand finale match of Survival, where all the survivors of the faces and heels faced each other at the end. I liked that concept. I don't know why they never did it again. Maddie is trolling everybody here. Mike says, yeah, I'm a cowboy. Mike, I got some bad news for you. My ex is being a bitch and took Piper from me. Piper has not been here for a couple days. Me says Blaze is by far his favorite diva. I agree. Dannon says it's not Carmella. Who is the best female and male wrestler in WWE and non-WWE? If you want to go by the best, who makes the most money? Brock Lesnar makes the most money. But Goldberg, I don't know if Goldberg makes more money per appearance or Brock Lesnar. I think Brock makes the most money. So I would say he is the best because it's a business about making money. And for females, I think it's either Becky or Charlotte that make the most money. So I'll say Charlotte. On the AEW side, I haven't seen enough of it to give a fair assessment. And I don't want to just go by hearsay. Holly says we need someone to beat CM Punk with a beer. I don't know. Robert, I didn't mind the Thunder Rosa match. I like Thunder Rosa, but I am an Ivelisse fan. Ivelisse would be one of my top female wrestlers, by the way, and I also find Ivelisse attractive. But as far as the most attractive of all the female wrestlers in the world, I don't have a favorite because there's a ton of them that I find attractive. Taylor Hendricks, I obviously find very attractive because she's a goth. But she's also a good kickboxer, so that also impresses me. My God, this one guy is like really trolling the comments here. Not Weirdo Hero though, or Weird Hero. Who's my favorite? I don't know. Ric Flair would be up there. Undertaker would be up there. Iron Meds. Becky was looking better than usual at the Survivor Series. She's not my type, but her ass did look good in her outfit. Crying. I have not watched pro wrestling. No, I'm not a fan of Japanese wrestling. But the Blood Hunter wrestled Rene Dupree in a recent match that aired on Pro Wrestling Noah's streaming service with Blaze managing the Blood Hunter. Dan, and yes, how can you really choose the best? The best is the guy that makes the most money because it's a business. Rob, if somebody brings it and pays for it, we would go there. JW knows she is a manager of the Blood Hunter and it will never be a wrestler. She's committed to being a manager. Something that's rare these days, but if you look at it, Paul Heyman was only a manager. Elizabeth was only a manager. Woman was only a manager. Yeah, they may have had one or two matches here and there. Maybe that will happen with Blaze, but I like the fact that she's committing to being a manager. Kevin, how to fix WWE right now? I don't know. I would say watch other products. By the way, I got some good news. The PCW matches are supposed to be coming to me this week from the last event. And of course, their next event is going to be January 28th in LA. Alex Hammerstone, Stan Hansen, a bunch of Japanese guys, Kevin Sullivan, the Blood Hunter, Jacob Fatu, Joseph Samael, Viva Van, who's definitely up there and one of the hottest wrestlers in the females today. PCO is going to be there. It's going to be a great card. And of course, world-class pro wrestling is coming up too in Irving, Texas. Looking forward to that. And it's funny that kind of SWE, a lot of the people from SWE are now working with world-class pro wrestling, and I even have SWE content back on this channel. So I'm feeling good about where the direction everything's going right now. I'm moving on Monday, by the way. I'm looking forward to that. Gordo Scarface says Jenny Santana is a cutie. I agree. And she's one of my good friends as well. So have a great night. By the way, Jenny Santana really likes pickles. So if anyone wants to send her a gift, send her a jar of pickles.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month.